My ex faked amnesia to try and win me back, and it almost worked. Yeah, this is the craziest story ever. So I dumped my boyfriend, let's call him Tom, about 9 months ago after dating for a year. And me trying to let him down easy, I was like, Tom, we can still be friends. Of course we can still be friends. I didn't mean that. It's just something that you say to be nice, but Tom really took that to heart, and he was hitting me up all the time, wanting to hang out as friends. Eventually I was like, Tom, we actually have to go no contact. For the most part, he did a pretty good job with no contact. Sometimes he had a few too many to drink and would hit me up, but I wouldn't respond. And after a few months, he just stopped reaching out. I thought we were good. I actually thought we would never speak again. And I really hadn't thought of Tom very much until a few weeks ago when I get a call from his mother. And obviously I picked that up because why would his mother be calling me? And she answers the phone, she's in tears, and she tells me that Tom has been in an accident and he just woke up and he was asking for me. I was like, why is he asking for me of all people? Tom's mom told me that when he woke up in the hospital, he had amnesia and barely remembered anything from the past year of his life, and he still thought I was his girlfriend. I'm sorry, I didn't know that we were in the movie The Vow in real life, which weirdly enough, I forced Tom to watch with me when we were dating. Tom's mom told me that the doctors said that it would be really bad for him if they just told him everything that happened and that they need to let his memory come at his own pace. So she asked if I would come to the hospital and act like I was Tom's girlfriend still. What am I supposed to do? Of course, I'm gonna go and do that. I'm not gonna be like, sorry, nope, I don't care what the doctor said. That's not my problem. Like, no, I was not gonna do that. So I did. I went to the hospital to go see Tom for the first time in a really long time. And as soon as I walk in his room, his eyes light up. He's like, baby, get over here. Like, I've been waiting to see you. And I go over to see him and immediately he gives me a kiss and I have to kiss him back. Like, what else am I supposed to do? I was just like, oh, babe, are you okay? I was so worried. Like, I didn't know how to talk to him like he was still my current boyfriend. But I think that I did a pretty good job, if I do say so myself, given the circumstances. So I stay in the hospital with him for a few hours, and it is just one of the weirdest experiences of my life because I'm just having to pretend like we're still together. At one point, the doctors even pull me outside the room and tell me how important it is to Tom's recovery that I keep acting like the two of us are dating until he realizes for himself that we've broken up. So I go and I see Tom in the hospital every single day that he's there. I bring him fruit baskets and flowers, and I spend hours with him just talking to him and being there for him as his girlfriend. Eventually, he gets released from the hospital, still doesn't have his memory back, so we have to act like a couple in real life. We're going on real dates, spending time with each other, and I'm starting to kind of think, like, maybe I missed this man. Like, I'm actually having a really good time with him. I'm remembering the reasons that we started dating initially. I'm like, you know what? Maybe everything happens for a reason, and this was our way of being brought back together. My plan initially, if he didn't get his memory back, was that I was going to have to break up with him again in a month or two, but now I was thinking, you know what? Maybe I don't have to break up with him. We can just keep dating because it's kind of going well. The first red flag that I should have noted was the fact that he started bringing up events that happened within the past year during the time frame he was supposed to have lost his memory. But I just thought, well, maybe he was starting to get some memories back and just hadn't gotten the memory back of us breaking up. He also was putting way more effort into the relationship than he ever had before and was being so romantic. But, in my head, again, I'm like, well, he just had this near-death experience, a new lease on life. Maybe he's just really trying to live life to the fullest. I don't know. But here's where the rom-com love story takes a very sharp left turn because I'm just chilling at home one day and I hear an aggressive banging on my door. Outside my door is a girl that looks about my age and she's not happy with me. And by not happy, I mean she's screaming at me. Before I can even get a word in, she just starts yelling at me. She's like, I can't believe you're doing this to Tom. You need to stay away from him. You're crazy, all these things. I was like, wait, I'm sorry. What is going on? Finally, I interrupt the girl. I said, listen, I would like to know who you are before you just continue to berate me at my own home. She goes, I'm Tom's girlfriend. We've been dating for a few months. And immediately I feel so bad because I didn't know that Tom had a girlfriend at the time of his accident. And immediately I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. If I would have known that Tom was seeing somebody, I would have reached out to you because I cannot imagine how hard the situation must be for you. For some reason, this makes her even more angry and she starts yelling at me even louder. She's like, why would I ever want you to contact me? You should have never contacted Tom. That was horrible of you. Why would you ever do that? She says to me, Tom was happy, he was moved on from you, and all of a sudden you just find any excuse to weasel your way back into his life. That's not how it works. I'm just standing there, I was like, what is this girl talking about? And I'm trying to calm her down. So I say, listen, I can understand why the situation would be really upsetting for you. I would probably be very upset as well, but his mom and his doctors told me that I needed to act like Tom and I were still in a relationship to help him with his recovery for his amnesia. Like, I don't know what you want me to do. This girl looks at me like I had 3 heads. She goes, amnesia? Tom doesn't have amnesia. I'm sorry, what? And I say, yes, he does. He does have amnesia. I was told when he woke up from his accident, he didn't remember the last year of his life, and he thought we were still together. She looks at me, she goes, you're a pathetic excuse for a liar. I've been with Tom almost every day since the accident. He does not have any amnesia, and I saw your name pop up on his phone the other day, and he told me that ever since the accident, you've been using it as an excuse to try and get back together with him. So I'm standing there absolutely speechless because I realized Tom is a liar, and as I'm standing there shocked, she goes, yeah, nothing to say. I thought so. I said, you know what? You actually really need to stop talking before you make any more of an idiot out of both of us. I said, wait 1 second, actually. I went inside and I got the instructions that Tom's doctors have given to me about how I can best handle his recovery with his amnesia. And his doctors had signed these papers. They're very official. I handed them to her. I said, look, I'm also very happy to show you all the text messages that I have with his mother talking about his amnesia. And I can see her face slowly start to fall, but she looks up, she goes, I just don't believe you. I don't believe that Tom would lie about this. That's absolutely crazy. I was like, yeah, it is crazy. So let's go figure out the truth. Let's go see Tom. She says, what are you talking about? I said, you're gonna get in your car, I'm gonna get in my car, and we're gonna drive over to Tom's, and we're gonna figure this out. Luckily, she actually agrees to this plan, because if she didn't, I don't know what else I was gonna be able to do to convince her. So we drive to Tom's, we both go up to his door together, knock on it, and when he answers it and sees the two of us standing there, he looks like he's about to vomit. And after being silent for what felt like 45 seconds, Tom finally goes, yeah, it's a miracle, my memory came back. Okay, that was probably the worst response you could have given, because now you're just showing that you're a liar all around. Like, you've created another lie that just doesn't fit in the puzzle. His new girlfriend storms away immediately, gets in her car. She's screaming at him on his way out, calling him a liar. And I'm just standing there, still confused. I want an explanation. As soon as his new girlfriend leaves, he goes immediately into apology mode. He's like, when I woke up from my accident, I immediately thought that this could be the second chance for us that we needed. Like that movie, The Vow, that we watched. I was like, really? You saw the movie and it gave you this idea to do this? That's not okay. He said, I know I lied to you. I also lied to my family and the doctors that I had amnesia, but haven't we had so much fun together recently? Like, I know that I did this and it was wrong, but maybe it's what needed to happen for us. I was like, no, absolutely not. I said, you're a freak for that. And now you need to go and tell the truth to all of your family and your doctors, because they have a full recovery plan for you and it's based on a lie. He's been hitting me up nonstop, telling me how much he loves me, how sorry he is. I cannot believe that I was considering really getting back together with that man for good. He could have been my husband. What have I found out in like 25 years? One thing's for sure, I absolutely am no contact with him now.